Yo, what's going on? So today, I'm going to be showing you secret tips that pros don't want you to know. I have been searching far and wide all over the internet for the best tips possible, all right? And what I've found is very good, and this is going to help a lot of people out. Make sure you leave a like and you subscribe if this helps you out. This video is intended for beginners and also, you know, pros. So make sure you watch all the way through so you can get all the advice. Oh, and yeah, and every now and then, I do give away a huge pet, so make sure you subscribe if that interests you. Let's head inside the Lucky Raid event. Now, let me quickly put my pets on, might as well. So, I've actually got quite a list here to go through. So, my first tip, which is absolutely insane, and if you haven't done this, and you're currently grinding for the levels in the raid, then this is going to help you out significantly. Now, basically, before, what I used to do is I just used to open this egg every 50 levels trying to get a better pet, but it turns out there's actually a way better pet you can get if you just go buy it, which is pretty much what I done. So let's have a look here. Now, the pet you want to buy is a pet called, I'm not even scrolling at the right section. The pet is called Pot of Gold Cat. Now, I think this is worth between like 30 to 40 million gems. I don't even know. Actually, you know what? The price could have dropped even more. I think I bought mine at like 30 million gems, so it's probably even lower when you're watching this. And I highly recommend you go buy one of these things, especially if you've got a huge pet, so your pets can copy the stats of the pot of gold. Obviously, if you don't have any huge pets, you're going to have to buy quite a few. If you've got huge pets, this thing is going to change the game. Super OP. I mean, literally, I went from like level 1,000 to level, I mean, look at the level I'm at now, 3,500 in like a few hours or something. I don't even know. It was very quick because I can break stuff way faster now with that really OP pet. So definitely, strongly recommend that you buy that. It's the best pet in the game. Oh, one thing I should mention, obviously, the shiny version is better, but obviously the shiny is very, very rare and very, very expensive, so I recommend just getting the rainbow pot of gold. Now, tip number 2 that I have, when you start a raid, let's just head on into one. Here we go. This is kind of for the lower level players, I won't lie, but it's pretty important. So for example, you see this massive chest. If you cannot break it, do not sit there and AFK on it, because it is not worth your time. If this chest takes literally, if it takes longer than like, I don't even know, like longer than a few minutes, it's not worth breaking it, because as you can see, I'm not gaining any XP from just sitting there doing this. Obviously, I don't have any of my boost on, so it's taking a while to break this. But what you're better off doing is just pressing home, going back to the spawn room, which by the way, it doesn't need to be that massive green chest. If you can't break the vaults or the smaller chests, just go back, start your raid again, because that way you can actually level up, and eventually you'll get to a certain level where you can actually break that stuff pretty fast, and that's when you'll actually be breaking it. So tip number 3. Now, this is something that I've actually just done. Never go into the raid without your boosts. All right. Now, I mean, obviously these potions are pretty good, like, you know, your damage potion and all that. But the main boost I'm talking about is the event boosts. Your lucky raid damage boost and your lucky raid XP boost. The difference these make is absolutely insane. I won't lie. This will speed up a ton of progress. I mean, personally, I would never even bother going in the raid if I didn't have the lucky raid boost and the lucky raid XP boost. If you don't have any, just go AFK in this area, because yeah, you'll get tons of clovers from here. And obviously, once you've got your clovers, you can then just make them into gifts. And once you've got your gifts, you can spam them open and then get some boosts. In my opinion, it's much better to just AFK here for an hour, get some boosts, and then do the raid. I wouldn't do it without the boosts. I mean, you can, but it's just not as effective, obviously. Oh, another quick bonus tip is if you are going to AFK, make sure you put on your max flags. Like, yeah, max it out in here with hasty flags. It speeds up the process a lot. Also, just very quickly, this is my AFK loadout if you want to copy it. 2 happy pet books, 3 speed books, and 3 magic orb books, and 1 super magnet. Strength and critical books don't work in this area. Same with strength potions. Now, tip number 4. Are we on tip number 4? I don't even know. I've lost track. But anyway, make sure that you have good loadouts, right? Now, you're going to want to have different loadouts for different things. So, for example, if you're going to AFK in this area for clovers, obviously have your loadout just for that. There's my loadout for AFKing. If I'm going to go into the raids, this is the loadout I've got. I've got 2 or 3 strong X books on, 2 critical books on, 1 tap teamwork book, and 2 chest breakers. I don't even think this is the best loadout anymore, to be completely honest with you. All over YouTube, there's so many different methods. It's like, it's kind of crazy on what to choose. This is just what I have on because I don't know, it works for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got to level 3,500 with this, so I guess it's worked. So yeah, and then also obviously if you're going to open the end egg with the huge multiplier, I've also just got this random loadout just to help increase my odds which I think I actually hatched one the other day, believe it or not. I think I actually got one. Aha, there it is. The huge lucky cat. Yeah, I didn't even AFK for that long. I swear, I think I did a raid and I got a multiplier that was like 180 or 70 or something like that. It was high. And yeah, I must have been there for about 10-15 minutes or so, and I got a huge. So that's pretty cool. It's always really awesome to hatch a huge. Now, another professional gamer tip that I have for you is every time you do the raid, make sure that you always click create new and you slide the bar to the end. Because if you don't know, obviously, the higher the difficulty, the better rewards you will get. The better XP, the better coins, the better multipliers, you know, for the egg at the end. The more huge pets you can get when hatching and all that stuff. And if you don't know, the difficulty bar is your level. So I'm level 3496, 3496. And obviously that's the same as my difficulty. Because sometimes I see people and they just enter like that. But if you click create new every time and then just start raid, that's how you do it. Pretty good. Another thing too is you can set like a portal in the middle. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. You know, when you're like going through raids, I guess, I mean, it's not really that crazy. I always set it at the end here, but yeah, I guess it doesn't really make much difference which one you put it as. They're all pretty much the same distance. Another pro tip is when you're doing the raids, the max multiplier you can get is 300. Now, I'm sure a lot of people know this at this point, but it is good to know because if you have a complete raid and you've got a 300 times multiplier egg, that is literally the best multiplier in the game. And I strongly recommend that you AFK at that egg. Even if you want to grind some levels, it's definitely worth sitting at the 300 times multiplier egg for at least like an hour or two, because you'll probably get tons and tons of huges, because that is a crazy multiplier. So definitely, I strongly recommend that. Another tip that I actually kind of completely forgot about, obviously when you're doing the raids, the potions work, the fruits work, and in your mastery, like I said, I completely forgot about this, and mine, I think, was actually off. In mastery, if you go to your fruit mastery, if you have reached level 99, you can actually click it and you can scroll down and you can turn on automatic eating. So automatically eat fruit in your inventory, and you can obviously turn it on and off. Now, pretty much what this means is you will always have fruit on because it will just always automatically eat it. So you'll never actually run out of fruit, because sometimes, you know, obviously you might forget to put on fruit or whatever. And yeah, this pretty much just makes it so you always have it on. So you never even need to put it on anymore because it's just automatic. Really good. I wish I had that for like potions, because I'm always forgetting to put stuff on. Now, another tip that I have for you, which is interesting because I didn't even know about this, but apparently you should only put on 17 pets, which is this. There we go. Because, I mean, I don't really know why for this. I think it's something to do with like 17 pets is the most effective or something. Like if you got 18 pets, it won't be as effective. I don't even know, to be honest, but this is just what I've seen on the internet, and for some reason I believe it. I don't know if it's 100% true, but apparently you should really only be upgrading this, especially in the beginning, only to 17 first, and then obviously try and max out your damage, max out your speed, max out other things first, and then I guess if you've maxed everything else out, then you can start upgrading your raid pets again. But apparently a really good tip is only go to 17 and then do your damage and all that. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do anyway. Now, I think I've gone through pretty much the major ones. I mean, I've got a few tips. I mean, these aren't from pros. These are pretty much just from me. Well, I guess I mean, I don't know. Am I pro? I'm level 3,500. I feel like that might be considered pro. I don't know. But yeah, just a few extra bonus tips, I guess. I mean, I've mentioned these in my previous videos, but obviously don't bother AFKing at this egg for the huge. It's not worth it. Always make sure you go into the raid if you're going to hatch, try and hatch a huge, because obviously you'll get the huge multiplier in there. Obviously, make sure you've always got your boosters on, your potions on. Make sure you're using your hasty flags. Make sure after every single raid, you are always checking your upgrades to see if you can upgrade anything. Because obviously, the more you do the upgrades, the faster it will do. Don't do like 100 raids in a row without checking your upgrades, because really you're just wasting time, because you might be able to do like a damage upgrade your damage, and you'll be able to do the raids way quicker. So I definitely strongly recommend that. Also, I mean, I know this is kind of obvious, but I feel like I should just mention it. When you're doing the raid, don't be walking. All right, if you're walking like this and you're going to walk to the end, right, it's going to take you like 2 hours. Always use your hoverboard. Always use your hoverboard, which if you don't know, it's Q on the keyboard, or you can press this button at the left side of the screen. Also, the best tip I can give you, all right, this is the ultimate one, is if you're going to do this, I strongly recommend that you watch something while you're doing it, all right? Because I won't lie, going through these raid levels, it can be a little bit brain like numbing, all right? It can be pretty boring at times, all right? I won't lie. I mean, especially if you're doing it like 1,000 times in a row. So put on like your favorite show or something on another screen or, you know, another device or whatever. So while you're playing, watch some Simpsons or something, right? Because I found that that's what helped me get to the level that I am. I was just watching YouTube pretty much. And yeah, I was being entertained and I was just grinding the levels. Obviously, if you're just doing this like without any entertainment, without any music or anything, this is going to be super boring. But yeah, if you are a pro watching this, please do write a comment for anyone. Try and give some extra tips that I've missed out. And I appreciate you. Thank you for watching.